there, YouTubers. It's normal. I just wanted to take this time and record a video and kind of touch base with you guys and let you know how I'm doing. Um, over the last 24, 48 hours, it's become apparent to me that I am developing a bone spur, or one is working its way out. I have a very, very wickedly sore spot, on my gum. Contacted my surgeon. They said that, unless it becomes a point where it's like excruciating, it's best to just let it work its way out. And I wanted to go through a few things. I had someone send me a private message and ask me a couple of questions, and um, wanted to know, like what I've been eating, how I've been, um, how it's been being out in public around people that know me, around people that don't know me. Um, so I'm going to address the public thing. Um, being having bad teeth or no teeth is a big stigma. People make snap judgments on first impressions. Having said that, I'm lucky enough to have an amazing group of family and friends that are very supportive. Um, However, I was at the store day before yesterday, I guess, um, and had a lady. I was, getting some things, and she just kind of did one of those numbers and said, "Is there a problem?" And I had a bag of chips and something, I grabbed a couple of stuff, snack stuff for the kids, and she goes, "You don't have teeth. How are you going to eat chips?" I was like, how are you going to talk to somebody that you absolutely have never seen in your entire life and treat them in such manner? And I just told her, I said, I said, you acting that way makes me think that someone has judged you and hurt you, and that's how you assume that you're supposed to conduct yourself in normal, human interaction, which is not true. I said, it's like the old credo, you treat people how you want to be treated. And I said, just because I don't have teeth now doesn't mean that I never will. Nor is it your right to judge me or say anything about it. And, it astounded her that I actually spoke back to her and she just kind of walked away. But, that's been the only instance where somebody's actually said something. Um, it's more of a personal thing, and it's hard to explain. It's more. I know I look different. I know that I don't look like me. I don't like what looks back at me in the mirror. But I would rather see this than the decay and, everything that I had prior. Um, and if you haven't seen that video, I actually posted a video where I showed what my teeth looked like prior to surgery. Um, it's a big change. It is. And for those of you that are getting ready to go through it, be prepared to look in the mirror and see, a different expression, a different person looking back, because you're not going to look the same. Um, but that's okay, because this person is the same person inside as you were before. You just outwardly look different. And it's easier said than done. But the point being is this is a means to a better situation. Um, and honestly, for those that have severe decay in their teeth, like I had, this is a far better physical, mental, social situation than what I had before, because what I had before was very painful. Um, a lot of, infection, and even then, my teeth were so bad that there was a lot of things that I couldn't eat anyway. So to say that, I'm worse off now than I was is not entirely true. Um, and my biggest advice, I guess, um, not that I think I'm in any capacity to give advice, but take it with a grain of salt, is that you have to be comfortable in your own skin before you can expect anybody else to accept you. Because if they know that you don't accept what you are, it just gives them an out to call you on it. I'm a pretty confident person. I mean, and some people aren't, and that's okay because it takes all kinds to make the world go round. But it's just one of those things that you can't let others determine your worth. Only you can do that, And I don't know who coined the phrase, but somebody says, nobody can make you feel inferior without your permission, and it's true. Nobody can make you feel like less unless you give them that power. You give them that opportunity to do so. Um, so don't give them that opportunity, because in getting your teeth pulled and going through this, you're bettering your situation. You're taking a bad situation and you're doing what needs to be done to make yourself healthy and prosperous and to make yourself feel better. And anybody that would fault you for that has a whole lot of more shortcomings that a dentist can't fix. Um, and I'll get off my soapbox now. I had a lady message me privately and ask me about the Atkins protein shakes, or what I've been doing to kind of supplement that protein, because you can't really chew a whole lot of anything, and I guess there's always the blender option, but oh, it's texture. Um, but I have been using the Atkins shakes. I pulled one of them out so you guys can see. This is one of them, and I don't know whether you can see it. This is a cafe caramel shake. And it says right here on the front of the container, each one of these contains 15 grams of sugar, or 15 grams of protein, a gram of sugar, and 2 grams of raw carb. Um, Dietarily wise, you're supposed to take in between 70 and 90 grams of carbs a day, or of protein a day. So does that suffice for the daily amount of what you need? No. Does that suffice for? Oops, sorry, um, does that suffice for a meal's worth? Yeah, for the most part. And I mean that's not the only source of protein that I'm getting. I've been eating a lot of peanut butter. I've discovered that I can eat tuna. It again, texture wise, is a little odd. Eggs. I can't do eggs. Um, but I'm slowly learning, that there's certain, and I mean it's all trial and error. You kind of have to take, try a little bit and see what you can do with it. Um, because what I may be able to tolerate, somebody else may not be. So don't take what I have to, that because it works for me. Don't take that as set in stone, that that it's going to work for you, because it's not always true. Um, I have a friend that is going through the very same thing right now. She's a couple of weeks ahead of me on it, but there's been things that have worked for her that I can't do. I can't do rice. Can't do it. I get choked on it. I have no way to chew it, of course. Um, so get choked on it, and I mean that's something that I was really kind of astonished by, is the fact that I get choked on things pretty easily now. Which I never anticipated. And there again, it's because once you remove the teeth, you change the structure of how your mouth is put together, and your tongue doesn't fit the same way it used to. Your jaw doesn't close completely. It changes the entire dynamic. Um, that's hard. Um, wasn't expecting that. One thing that I can say is lots of liquids. Um, find something that tastes good to you and that, carbonation you're going to want to stay away from. Um, but find something that tastes good to you. That's a good hydrator. For me, it was sweet tea. I'm still drinking a huge amount of tea, and water and things like that. But I've noticed since I've had my teeth removed and since the stitches and stuff came out, that my mouth is incredibly dry. And according to the surgeon, that's normal. Um, so I'm constantly rehydrating. So, um, also, I posted the ice packs in the first week. Those things are going to be your best friend. Also, a rice sock. And if you don't know what that is, you take a long, like calf length sock, tube sock, fill it about 3/4 of the way with raw rice, just plain old, not minute rice, just plain old raw rice. Tie it in a hard knot. Pull it good and tight. That rice sock, wrap it in a damp towel, stick it in the microwave for about a minute and a half, and then wrap it in a dry towel, and it creates moist heat, and it will stay warm for quite a while. After the first week or so, you're going to want to switch off and on between heat and cold. That rice sock is amazing. Um, you can even add some essential oil to it, to kind of make it smell good, or kind of make it relaxing to you. Lavender, chamomile, stuff like that. Um, but and then when you're not using it, put it in a sealed Ziploc bag, one of the big freezer bags, just to keep it from drawing moisture from the outside air or whatever, because it will do that if you leave it exposed. Um, but I mean, just use common sense. Don't take anybody else's word for it. Yes, recommendations help. Finding out what works for other people kind of gives you ideas of where to start. But just because something works for somebody else, or it helps somebody else, doesn't mean that it's going to be ideal for your situation. Everybody has a different pain tolerance. Everybody has a different, everybody's bodies react different to trauma. And that's exactly what you're doing to your face. You're creating a huge amount of trauma in your mouth. So, how your body reacts to that is completely different. And it's going to determine how you react to it. So, just keep that in mind. And as always, when in doubt, ask questions. Ask your dentist, ask your surgeon, ask your dentist. You know, don't ever just assume that it's a stupid question and, oh, well, it doesn't really matter. Well, it does matter because, you have to feel comfortable with this situation. And the best way to feel, comfortable for most people, me included, is to know exactly what you're doing, to know exactly what's going on, and to have the right amount of information and knowledge to move forward. So I hope this has helped you guys. If it did or whatever, give me a like, give me a subscribe. And until later, stay normal. See you guys later.